The Curvature tool in Illustrator is a very useful tool which gives the possibility to draw curvative vector paths easily. So, we'll use this tool to create some of these shapes you see here in this artwork. And to do that, we'll just follow the path of the circle by adding anchor points all around of it and moving the line until it fits the roundness of the shape, and you'll see that is very easy. After that, we'll see how to add anchor point to a path already drawn using the Curvature tool so that you can modify the path until you are satisfied with the result. Now, in the Tools panel to the left, I click on the Curvative tool to select it. Then, I come over to the Properties panel to the right of the document and I click on the Fill Color. Swatch's color must be selected. I select None to have no fill while I'm drawing. Then, I press Escape to hide this box. I make sure the stroke is set to 1 point, so it will be the settings for my vector shape I'm going to draw. Now I'm going to start drawing from the top of this circle, so I click to add the first anchor point and I release the mouse button. Then I click to add another anchor point on the right of the circle and I release the mouse. And I move to the bottom of the circle to add another anchor point and I release the mouse. And notice that a curved path is being created just as I'm drawing around this circle path. You can also define the curvative path by moving around the curvative tool so you can see how it's creating the curve. I'll continue by adding another point. You can also edit an anchor point in this path by clicking on it and press and drag the point so you can define the way the curve must be drawn. And at last, to close the path, I move the curvative tool to the point it was first created, and when a later circle appears next to the curvative tool, I click to close the path, so I finish drawing this shape. My circle is complete now. With the curvative tool, you can also create straight lines, and you'll see how while I'm drawing this shape. Now, to start, I click on the left corner to the shape, then I come over to the right corner and double click. And as you see, a straight line is created now. So, when you want to draw a curvative line, you click once, but to create a straight line, you must double click. Now, I'll continue drawing by double clicking on the corners. And to close the rectangle, I double click on the anchor point first was created when the later circle appears next to the curvative tool. So I finish drawing this rectangle. But notice that the upper line for the original shape is a curvative line. So to make my shape take the same look to the original shape, I'm going to add an anchor point to the upper line of my rectangle and edit it until I realize what I want to do. Now, I come next to the upper line. When a plus sign appears next to the curvative tool, I click to add an anchor point. Now, I click on this anchor point and drag up to give the upper line the curve until it becomes like the original shape. And when I'm happy with the result, I release the mouse button. Deleting an anchor point is very easy. Just click on the point you want to delete and press backspace or delete to remove it. I can do what I want with the shapes I have created now. For example, in the Properties panel to the right, I click on the Fill Color and I choose a color to fill it with. I can also make the stroke more thinner by increasing this number. I can do the same thing with the circle I have drawn first. So, with the selection tool selected from the Tools panel to the left, I click on the circle to select it. Then, I come over to the Properties panel to the right, and I click on the Fill Color, and I select a blue color to fill it with. And I can also change the stroke width. With the Curvature tool, you can create all kinds of shapes you want. Just keep practice, and it will be easier to draw artworks and make it perfect.